Hello and welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we are going to be talking about what is my shoe rotation whilst I am training for a marathon. This is my 9th marathon training block. I'm training for Chicago Marathon 2024. I am hitting around 58-mile weeks, and I think I'm going to peak at around 60-mile weeks. And so today I want to talk about what shoes I am rotating throughout the week, depending on what types of runs that I'm doing and what has been supporting me best throughout this training block. So these are the Asics Superblast 2. I picked these up, I'd say about a month ago, so pretty fairly recently. And for a while, I was looking for a shoe that would support me on those longer, either progressive runs, easy runs, or even just your typical easy long run at the weekend where there's no pacing involved. And I really love these. It's just as everyone says, I've seen so much hype about these shoes and people are so rightfully so hyping these up. These are such a great shoe, not only for just supporting you along an easy long run or just a run that you need to get done, but also if you've got any sort of progression, if you're doing a tempo workout, these shoes are great. I've also heard that these are the fastest non-carbon plated shoe out there on the market at the moment. And so a lot of people, I've seen people wearing this for race day and people are really enjoying this shoe. Some of the main reasons that I've been enjoying this shoe is that first of all, I think that they're just really supportive and great for wide feet, which I am a wide footed gal. And I find that these don't rub, there's no blisters that I get. And some other shoes that I've worn in the past, I do get a little bit of blistering if it's a little bit more narrow, but I find that these are really great for wide feet. They also are just really nice and they're a good mix of like cushion and firmness on the bottom. So you do feel quite supported throughout your run, but not anything that's too max cushioned or anything that is too stable or firm, and I think that it's just a really great mix in between. Otherwise, I've really been enjoying using these for any easy longer runs throughout the week. If I've got a long run on the weekends that has no marathon pace, these are definitely my go-to. But specifically, I've really been enjoying using them for my progressive runs on Fridays. So typically my coach will give me anywhere from an 8 to 10 mile run on Fridays to practice just slightly speeding up a little bit, but we're not getting anywhere near marathon pace or anything too quick. And these are really great because they kind of just help you propel forward and really push you through those speeds. And yeah, I think that these are really great and have been a huge staple in my shoe rotation. These are the Adidas Ultraboost 5. Again, another shoe that I picked up fairly recently, but I really enjoy these shoes for just some really easy recovery miles. I feel like these are some of my favorite shoes, and I do have the previous version of the pair, and I really enjoy the shoe because they really do kind of give you that recovery feel. It literally feels like you're just putting on a sock when you're putting these shoes on. And I think that these shoes are not only great for like some really easy recovery miles, like after a really big session or when your legs feel just kind of tired and you just want a little bit more cushion or a little bit more just softness in the shoe. I think that these are also really great in terms of when I'm speaking about the Superblast 2. Sometimes those do make you run a little bit faster, and I will wear these when I really want to force myself to run my easy miles easy and slower. And so these will be typically just a really nice addition to slip on when I need to run anywhere from like 3 to 5 miles for an easy recovery run. I do also just enjoy wearing these to go to the gym or just to walk around. They're just really great supportive shoes and I really enjoy them. Okay, this is going to come at no surprise, but the Adidas Adios Pro 3s have always been such a key part of my shoe rotation. You guys know that I was sort of testing out the Alpha Fly 3s at some points throughout this training block, but I always come back to what I like to call old reliable, and these have just been so great whether I am racing or doing intervals on the track or practicing marathon pace for long runs. These are my go-to. You guys know, if you've been following me for a while, that I have gone through quite a number of pairs of these. So I have a couple of older pairs that I'll typically use for intervals on the track. Now I know that people who do like to run in Adidas shoes. Some people do really enjoy the Adidas Takumi Sen 10s, and I do have a pair of those, and I have to say that I did try them during my London Marathon training block, and I didn't like them as much. I know that they also have the lightning rods, just like the Adios Pro 3s, but there is something about these shoes that I just enjoy so much more, and I really enjoy the lightness that I feel when I'm wearing these in comparison to, say, the Alpha Fly 3s, and these just always feel really great in terms of they really rock you forward and make you feel really fast, but at the same time, they don't feel too clunky, and I feel like they support me really well throughout a marathon. All right, so like I said, Adios Pro 3s are definitely one of my favorite shoes for race day, and as you can tell, these are a different colorway and they are definitely more fresh and more new. These are my very possible race day shoes for Chicago Marathon 2024, and I got these recently, and I think that's something that I've always really enjoyed doing with any shoe that I think is going to be my race day shoe, is ensuring that I get at least 1 to 2 sessions in them before wearing them for race day. Now, I do find that with the Adios Pro 3s, you can experience a bit of rubbing because this material can be quite harsh a little bit when you're first putting them on for the first time, but otherwise, I think after the first or second wear, you sort of get a little bit more used to them, and so I wore these for one of my biggest marathon pace sessions last Sunday. We are testing out the race day shoes, so we'll see how they go. I'm going to wear them again this coming Friday for kind of some of my final marathon pace prep sessions, and just making sure that they feel really good and I feel really strong in them, which has been the case so far. But yeah, I think that it's always so important to get a couple of wears in your race day shoes and make sure that they're okay, rather than just rocking up to the start line in brand new shoes that just came out of the box, because I think that that could be a recipe for disaster, but I know it does work for some people. All right, and that is my shoe rotation for the Chicago Marathon 2024 training block. I am just less than 4 weeks away, so these shoes have been supporting me through what has been probably one of the best training blocks, and I'm excited to see what we can do and execute on race day, and fingers crossed that those pink shoes really get me to the finish line and get me a BQ. But if you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and comment below if you also wear any of these shoes, or if you have any shoe recommendations. I do have another number of shoes at home, and if you haven't yet, go and check out my shoe collection video. I'll link it somewhere on the screen. But if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe. I come out with a new video every Friday at 10 a.m. GMT. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!
You subscribe, boys.